Hello and welcome to Strangeplay, I'm Rik.
I'm Simon.
And this is our news recap show for Sunday the 13th of May. And our first story is Nintendo finally detailed the Switch's online subscription. So it's set to launch in September 2018 and will cost £3.49 for 1 month, £7 for 3 months or £18 for 12 months. To find out the dollar equivalent, I'm sure you can figure that out. It's about $20 a month.
It is, it's $20. Or €20 for people on the mainland.
There's also a family plan for £31.19 per year, which will allow multiple accounts on the Switch to access the service. Up to 8 accounts on multiple systems can be added to your family. The service will also include a library of NES games with newly added online multiplayer functionality. Games in the library include every NES game you already own on every Nintendo system you have, so that's a little bit crap, but whatever. This will also see online multiplayer for the standard Switch games being blocked behind the subscription, much the same as needing an Xbox Gold or PS Plus account to play online on the Xbox One or the PS4 respectively. Probably the biggest news to come from this announcement is the ability to back up your saves to the cloud will be included with this service. And kill surprise, people are moaning about it already. Most of the stories I've seen about this announcement have been underneath headlines like, you'll need to pay for Nintendo Switch's online subscription to back up your saves, and yeah, it is a bit bollocks, but you have to pay to do it on the PlayStation 4 as well, so people need to stop pointing fingers. I think the fact that that's the focal point is bollocks.
I think you and me are going to have a bit of a disagreement on this.
Yeah?
Because I'm one of those people that are saying this is shit. I know it's only £20, but you are getting their perfunctory functions, what they're giving you.
Oh no, don't get me wrong. I don't think that the thing itself's good value for money, but I think that people moaning about the fact that you have to pay for the cloud saves where you've got to do it on PlayStation as well, as a full package, it's a bit garbage.
Yeah, as a full package, it's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
It's just the bare minimum what they could have done. I mean, you look at, I renewed my PSN subscription last year, I think. I got something like 14 months for about 33 or 34 quid.
Yeah, I do it every Christmas when it's on deal.
Yeah, me too. No, I tell you when it was Black Friday, that's when I did it. And it cost me just over 30 quid. Between 30 quid and 35 quid. And you get much more there.
Oh yeah, massively.
I don't even think they're even trying. This is just lip service. I wouldn't even pay a tenner for this. And the thing is, like, if I were to get a Switch, I'd have to pay this because I'd want to play Monster Hunter online.
Yeah.
I'd want to play Splatoon online. I'd want to play Mario Kart online. But I wouldn't play them online enough to get my money's worth out the 20 quid. Because it's one of those things where I might play it, I don't know, 10 or 20 hours. I don't play the Nintendo stuff that often.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think they're sort of shooting themselves in the foot here. It's been one of those things where I've gone like, oh man, I could see myself buying a Switch. You know, like, on a snap decision, I've considered it. I'm mostly against the Switch because I'm still on the fence about it from the bits that I've played.
Yeah.
Even Zelda, like yeah, okay, it's Zelda, but I'm not entirely blown away by it by like some people are. Same with the Mario game. I think maybe I've just grown out of Nintendo, or I've had enough. I've had my fill. I don't know, but yeah, this ain't helping. This ain't helping matters. If I want to play those games, I've got to fork out more money, and it's just like, I'm not going to bother, thanks very much.
Yeah.
You know?
Something else that wasn't mentioned in this story as well is the fact that the Virtual Console isn't coming over to the Switch. Now, we don't know if they're just not going to bother with the games or if it's going to be rebranded as something else. But I think the initial games that they're giving with this are bollocks. Like, you're essentially paying £20 a year, so which really £20 a year, not a lot, but you're still paying so you can play like Ice Climbers online.
Yeah, I do like the pass the pad thing that they've got going on. I think that's cool. And also this the family thing as well. If you've got a couple of Switches in your family, it's just common sense to, get that package.
To be honest, if you and your mates have got a Switch each,
yeah,
chip in together.
Yeah, that makes the most sense. Like, I actually said on one of the forums that I post on, I think they've got maybe 5 or 6 people that have got a Switch there, and I says just buy one thing, John, share it, because it's not worth the fucking 20 quid.
Yeah.
At all. So, yeah, come on, fucking Nintendo, you can do better than this. Stop fucking about.
It does make me laugh because of that family thing. Like, that system's going to get gamed so quickly.
Oh, yeah.
But when this is what they're offering, fucking deserve it, to be honest.
Yeah, it's money for old rope. They're just fucking jumping on the bandwagon. They're not offering anything special. They're just going, oh, well, this is an online tax. Fucking pay up or fuck off.
Yeah, and those games as well, man. Like, everyone who owns a Nintendo thing. Like, you don't even need to own those games by themselves. Like, if you've got Animal Crossing on the GameCube, you've got most of those games. You know? Like, those games are just so readily available that everyone should have them anyway, that it's just like, oh yeah, thanks for the money, here's some shit you already own. It's like, oh, fuck off. It's not a good deal, but the point that I was making is I wish people had stopped focusing on, oh, you got to pay for cloud saves. I'm like, that's really not the worst part of this deal.
I think as well, like, it'd be better if they'd have said, oh, these are the 20 games, but Joe, they're going to rotate out, sort of like the Xbox Live ones do and the PSN games do, just so that people are getting a bit of variation, you know, each time they switch out, because yeah, it's a kicking bollocks, isn't it? When you look at it.
I think rotating them out would make it worse though, because then it's like, oh yeah, for 1 month you can get Mario 3, and then next month you can get Zelda. Aren't you lucky? And you're like, no, I've got them already, mate. Just give us some new games, or some indie games, or some better. I know they're not using the Virtual Console brand anymore, but some better Virtual Console games.
Come on, Nintendo, you can do better than this. We know you can. Stop dragging your fucking heels.
Right, so what's next?
So, we're big fans of Monster Hunter World. Capcom have said that Monster Hunter World was a massive record-setting success. It shipped nearly 8 million copies.
I think it has actually shipped 8 million now.
Fucking hell, yeah. So, it makes it the best-selling game Capcom has ever had. It's outsold every Street Fighter, every other Monster Hunter game, every Resident Evil game. In some cases, it's sold what other games have altogether. Do you know series? It's absolutely just steamrolled everything. For the financial year ending March 2018, Capcom saw operating income up 17.5% year on year to 108 million quid, with net sales up 8.4% up to 636 million quid. It's a lot of money.
A little bit, yeah. Do you reckon that this success has got maybe a little something to do with their decision now to bring Generations Ultimate out over here?
I think it were always going to come here, but it were a case of, well, we need to get this out of the way, because the people that bought Nintendos expecting to get Monster Hunter games, they kicked up a right stink when Monster Hunter World were announced. I actually got fucking hate on Twitter for it, because I went, oh, thank God it's on a Joe, I don't have to buy a Switch now. And people were literally, I had fucking reams of hate spewed at me back from random people. So, yeah, presumably they'd have broke. Some of them would have broke and got a PlayStation or an Xbox to play Joe, the latest game, and then in the end they didn't really need to, because they were getting one anyway.
I've got to say, if they had always intended to bring it out in the West, it is well shitty of Capcom to go, oh no, we've got no intention of bringing it out in the West, we're just focusing on Monster Hunter World. Because then they lie to people, which is bollocks. But anyway, that's not the story. The story is Capcom are making lots of money.
They're turning over stupid amount of cash. And the thing is, as well, it says Monster Hunter World sales performance means that this long-running franchise that's struggled like fuck to get a grip over here for years and years. I mean, it's been a decade, hasn't it?
No, it's been over. It's been about 14 years.
I remember back in 2008, 2009, when I went to a Eurogamer thing, and they had, the Wii version of Try, and I was like, oh, that looks pretty good. Yeah, they said it's been a tremendous success overseas, and it marked the start of a new era for the brand, and it's like, we've fucking been telling people that for God knows how long to get on it, and it's taken that kick up the arse, on consoles that people care about to break through.
Speaking of a new era for the brand as well, the popularity of the game is definitely reaching Hollywood, because we've got some more news about that fucking Paul W.S. Anderson film that's coming out. Do you remember when they announced it and they were like, oh, the story is there's a guy just working a 9 till 5, and it turns out that he's like the descendant of an ancient hunter, and he has to go to the fucking Monster Hunter World, we'll call it. I bet that's what they call it in the film. And there was supposed to be this big fight at LAX at the end with like a fucking Rathalos or something that came through to our world.
I tried to forget it, but you fucking brought it back up.
Anyway, it's just been announced that it goes into production in September, and it's going to star Mila Jovovich.
Yeah, she's in all the shit films, isn't she? She gets off on doing those films.
Well, because they're married, isn't it?
Are they? I never knew that.
Yeah.
Okay, I learned something.
Yeah, they're married. That's why there's so many fucking Resident Evil films.
Oh, they're so shit as well.
He's going to do to Monster Hunter what he did to Resident Evil, and that is, he's going to fucking kill it.
It doesn't need to be a film at all.
No, and like, Resident Evil as a franchise it's a $1 billion franchise. But there's like 7 films in it. the budget's only 60 million as well, so...
Only.
Yeah, but a Monster Hunter movie on $60 million, is it even going to have a monster in it?
It's going to be like fucking old Godzilla films, isn't it? A guy running around in a rubber suit.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Ram, Devil Joe.
It's going to be a literal pickle. They're just going to stop frame a pickle because that's all they can afford. Oh, just stop.
Is he just money laundering? Is that what he's doing?
I think it is. I think he looked at what Uwe Boll was doing and was like, I can do better than that. I'm going to at least make it look like I'm trying.
Look like he's trying in the loosest sense.
I don't even know. But yeah, anyway, there's no real reason to add this story. I just wanted an excuse to shit on that film. So.
To kick that film while it's down.
But anyway, let's move on. What have you got next?
Okay, you know them gaming headsets? Them really, really expensive ones?
Yes.
Apparently, the sales of them have gone through the fucking roof. And it's all down to the Battle Royale craze. So, the rise of these Battle Royale games have seen an increase of nearly 200% units shipped since January, which is just, those are fucking what the fuck numbers. Turtle Beach boss Jurgen Stark said on the matter, the business is doing really, really well. And what's driving that, beyond our strategy and being a good quality product, is the Fortnite, PUBG and Battle Royale craze, which has introduced a bunch of new people into games. We've got sell-through data models that go back years, and it is very clear that starting at the beginning of January, that these two games have taken off on Xbox and PlayStation. It's very clear that these two games that are driving a unique new phenomenon that is driving in new players and increasing headset use. We have pulled out all the stops to catch up our supply, so they're basically selling more than they can fucking produce. They're actually shipping extra aeroplanes in to fucking move stock. It's that bad.
Fucking hell.
It's very clear to players that playing these games with headsets provides a survival advantage because you can hear the audio cues better. So yeah, basically, people think that they're going to be better at the game because they're getting the better feedback from the sound, from the 5.1 stuff. I think it's interesting that people are using them as a tool to get a leg up on the game than doing what they usually do and, actually using them to talk to people in-game.
Yeah.
It's really weird, like...
I mean, it makes a lot of sense because you can hear footsteps and other players firing, and I played Fortnite yesterday. I had my headset on. It makes a huge difference just having your headset on to having it through the TV because you can hear the subtleties in the sound. So having something that's like shit hot quality, it makes sense. And if you're already good at the game, then having some sort of like environmental awareness probably is going to help.
Yeah, not so much with Fortnite. The time that I've spent with Fortnite is very, very limited. But when I played Rainbow Six Siege, I play with 5.1 surround sound. But sometimes it's not possible to play with that, so I play with cans. I play with the PlayStation Golds.
Yeah.
And the difference is like night and day. It's like the people are actually there. You can hear them walking on the roofs above you, like the tiles wobbling and stuff. It's absolutely crazy. Sound designers come so far in games over the last 5 or 10 years. It's absolutely crazy.
Well, like, to be honest, sound design's come a long way in general, not just in games and films. And as it progresses in films, it's going to make its way into games. And I kind of hope that we don't reach a point where you have to rely on having the best equipment to get the most out of a game, because people that don't have a lot of money are going to be left behind.
Yeah.
And this is supposed to be, it's inexpensive, but it's supposed to be an inclusive hobby. But going back to the story, it doesn't surprise me at all.
I sort of missed the days of when everyone had a headset and they used it for talking.
Yeah.
Back in the Halo 3 days where it was basically it was just a tidal wave of homosexual slurs and racial abuse.
The good old days.
Yeah, it was still kind of fun to wind people up by killing them and teabagging them if they were being arseholes.
Yeah.
And just giving them a taste of their own medicine.
I just used to sit in parties, even if I was playing on my own. I'm like, no, I don't want these people talking at me.
It's weird because I used to sort of revel in it. I like arguing with people.
No
but
shit.
As I've got older, it's been like, I can't be bothered with this. I just want a game.
To be honest, sometimes playing a game with you is bad enough because you never shut the fuck up. I'm trying to talk to an NPC and all I can hear is you. I'm like, fucking hell.
He's not wrong. Anyway, we're staying on the Fortnite boat.
Yeah, speaking of Battle Royale games and Fortnite.
The battle bus. We're staying on the Fortnite battle bus.
Staying on the battle bus.
That's a better Segue.
I like what... A Segue? A better Segue?
Hang on a minute. I'm going to... To continue at once with the next musical section or composition, to perform in a manner of the preceding section.
Yeah.
To make a transition from one thing to the other.
It's pronounced Segue.
Oh, shite. Yeah, it is actually. Yeah.
You fucking mongoose.
Oh, no! Damn it. Go on.
Have you been calling it Segue all these years?
No. Honest.
I don't believe you.
Actually, no, there's what's that, Segue? Because there's two words. That's interesting.
It's Segue.
A frequent misspelling of Segue.
See? That's why I keep saying to you, nice segue. Whenever I say segue,
no.
I'm meaning Segue.
Right, okay, we'll fucking go back.
I'm keeping that in.
Staying on the battle bus. Come on.
Anyway, that nice Segue. You all know I'm a big nerd. A big nerd for Marvel.
I fucking know that. It's hard to get you to shut up about... You to get on about me talking in parties.
Don't get arsey because you had a shit Segue. I'm trying to talk about Avengers and Thanos. And that is that Thanos has arrived in Fortnite for a limited time.
It's Thanos. I thought it was Thanos.
Well, you would, because you're a dick.
Thermos.
Thermos.
That's a knockoff version, Chinese action figure.
It's the Turkish version. She's got the warmth stones. Anyway, Thanos has arrived in Fortnite for a limited time. In this new game mode, players will be able to play as the Mad Titan if they're lucky enough to collect the Infinity Gauntlet after it drops onto the field shortly after the match starts. Upon collecting the gauntlet, players will transform into Thanos himself, complete with hero-destroying powers, until someone kills him and then picks up the gauntlet for themselves.
So how does that work?
When you start off in the battle bus and you jump off, a few seconds after you land, a meteor comes down and it has the Infinity Gauntlet on it. Okay. So the Infinity Gauntlet just randomly lands on the field, and then the first player to get to it and collect it transforms into Thanos, and then you've got Thanos' power set. So he has a different power set to human players, which includes a punch that can knock people back and destroy structures. He's got an energy blast, a jump, which just makes he goes really fucking high, and a ground pound, which does like AoE damage.
Right.
He's also got a regenerating shield, which human players don't have.
Oh, nice.
And he won't take full damage. However, he can't use weapons or build structures like other human players. But it doesn't matter because he's so fucking powerful.
Can he destroy them, yeah?
Yeah. Now, the coolest thing about this is it's an official crossover with Marvel that happened purely because the Russo brothers, who directed Captain America, the Winter Soldier and Civil War, and of course, Yumi and Dupree, are huge fans of the game.
The best film.
Talking to Entertainment Weekly, Joe Russo said, "Over the past few months, while we were editing Infinity War, we take breaks and hop on and get a few games. And then we started thinking, how cool would it be for some kind of Avengers Fortnite mashup? So we stalked Donald. The Donald in question isn't Trump, but Donald Mustard, the worldwide creative director of Epic Games, who added, out of the blue, I get a call from Joe. After a bit of geeking out over each other's work, we start brainstorming these crazy ideas. It was really important that whatever we did, it had to be super authentic to both Fortnite and the Avengers Infinity War, and something that fans of both would be excited about. After about an hour, we had the bones of this awesome idea for a limited time gameplay mode, and almost immediately our team got started." So, the game mode's been live since Tuesday, and there's no word yet on when the limited mode will be coming to an end. So get on it while you can, because it's a lot of fun, and it's actually got me playing Fortnite. Albeit, very badly. But you'll get to see that for yourself in my new video, which should be going live around the same time as this one. Maybe a bit before, maybe a bit after. But keep an eye out for that, it's pretty terrible.
Did you get to play as Thanos?
No, but I did get killed by him.
Oh.
So my mission was just to at least see him.
Right.
It's a big map and it's a big...
It's surprisingly big, isn't it, the map?
Yeah, it is. And because I'm new to it, instead of jumping into some other games, I was like, you know what, fuck it, straight to Thanos. And it was like hunting Sasquatch. I just wanted to see him and take him on. And it was the last game that I played because I was about to go for dinner. I was going to go meet Elena for dinner. And I was like, right, one more game. And I actually found him. And he decimated me, but it was totally worth it. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Fortnite in general is a lot of fun, but this game mode's really good. I literally just started playing it so I could go up against Thanos.
Are you going to continue playing Fortnite after the Thanos thing turns off?
Probably, as much as I play any other game.
That's interesting.
I'm having fun with it. Tom's giving me some advice about changing my control scheme. I'm going to stick with it for a bit. Like I said, I made a video yesterday that I'm editing at the moment, which should be out around the time that this one is. And yeah, I'm going to go back to it. If I stick with it, maybe I'll make another video to see if I've improved. But yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Will you be spending all your money on it and falling out with your mum because you're not doing as you're told?
Yeah, and she's already written into the Sun about it.
Fuck off, mum, I'll do what I want.
She's like my 33-year-old son who lives 200 miles away. No, 100 miles. Lives 100 miles away. He bought a dance on Fortnite and now I've disowned him. It's like any excuse to disown me, isn't it? You've been waiting for one for years. Anyway, that's it for this week's news recap. If you'd like to talk to us about any of the stories we mentioned, then please feel free to leave a comment below or talk to us over at Twitter at StrangePlayUK or join our Facebook group at facebook.com/StrangePlayUK. Also, if you like this video and what we do on this channel, feel free to give us a like and subscribe. We appreciate it. But until next week, thank you very much for watching and we will see you next time.
Bye-bye.